Hello, everybody, and welcome to NYSL's WarzoneMania. It's a $100,000 Warzone tournament featuring all of your favorite content creators, your favorite pro players. We're doing it draft style. It's bigger and better than ever before. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, but I'm not alone on the show. Today, we're going to be revealing captains for WarzoneMania, as well as the order for the WarzoneMania draft, which is streaming live on December 1st at 9 p.m. Eastern. From 19 down to number 1, we'll be picking the big names. Are you guys ready to go?
Let's do it.
Let's get it started here. The first pick, I'm putting it above my head, no cheating. First pick, Tfue. So that will be number 19 seed. What do you think about Tfue getting the opportunity to pick first in the second round?
I think that's huge. Tfue is a beast, right? So he's one of the captains that a lot of people are going to want to play with. He's been putting in a ton of time, and he started to place in these tournaments. We've seen him play with like Symphony and other players who have been at the top since day one.
Pretty good at battle royales. Let's keep this moving here. Our second pick here, which will be pick number 17 officially in the draft order. 18. There we go. I got my numbers right. It's going to be Scump. All right, so Scump at the 18th spot. What can you tell me about this man?
Well, obviously, there's not much to say about Scump other than he's primarily the face of COD for the most part, especially when it comes to the competitive side of it. And I think he's one of those players that could definitely shine more in the Battle Royale if they just had more time to put into the Battle Royale. But yeah, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see who he picks for his team.
One of the legends of the game putting together his Warzone squad at number 18. Here is number 17. This one, we got Bobby Poff.
Bobby Poff, my guy, the Scarf Squad. I love hanging out with Bobby. I'm sure you guys have seen his content. This guy's a BR beast. He's a straight up grinder. Every day I go on Twitch, I see this guy live. He puts in the hours and, you know, it shows off.
That was Bobby at number 17. Now we're picking for the 16th seed in the draft, Iceman Isaac.
Okay, yeah, Iceman Isaac, he's been grinding on YouTube, and he started to play these tournaments. He's been streaming for a while now, and I've just now started to see him play with some of these bigger names in some of these tournaments. In the beginning, I didn't see him in any of the Nick Mercs ones, and then it seemed like out of nowhere, Iceman Isaac was just dropping bombs, uploading, 40 bombs, and going for world records and stuff, so excited to see who he gets.
All right, and the number 15 spot, it's gonna be MrsMay.
This is actually one of the captains I'm a little bit less familiar with, but pretty much from what I've seen, she does variety FPS games and been doing it for quite a while on keyboard and mouse. So it'd be interesting to see how this dynamic plays into Warzone.
Everybody gets along with MrsMay. That was number 15 spot. Let's go to 14. These papers are hard to grab, believe it or not. Okay, there we go. Krimsix, the GOAT.
Oh man, the robot. Everybody would be lucky to have this guy on their team. It seems whatever game this guy picks up, he's a beast at it. And obviously Call of Duty, he's been dominating it for so long. Seen this guy play BR, competitive, whatever it is, whatever the battlefield is, Krimsix is going to dominate it. This guy's going to go far in the tournament.
All right, that was Krimsix at the number 14 spot. It's time to go 13. Big Vic, Europe's powerhouse.
Yeah, dude, BigStar, I mean, let's talk about him for a second. Since the jump of the game, he was playing with Wars and all those duo tournaments, absolutely demolishing every single one. I mean, the guy threw his own major tournament and was placing in the final of like multiple of the qualifiers. So, I mean, BigStar is a favorite going into it. People always count him out, and he ends up defying the odds and making like a top 4 run. So, another heavy favorite going into it.
Does he still have the quads record with the FaZe boys?
I think so. I mean, that came out of nowhere as well. I just woke up. They did it at like 2 a.m. and it was on the timeline. It's like, what? Dude, BigStar is an animal.
All right, it's now time for the Dirty Dozen. Here at the 12th spot, we've got Clayster.
Obviously, just came off the team win with Dallas Empire over here on the New York Subliners now. 3-time world champion. And he's one of those players, just like I said with Scump, where if they had more time dedicated to BR, I think they'd be placing very high in a lot of these tournaments.
Clayster, one of the many millionaires in Call of Duty scene, top 2 earners all time. Let's go in here, though. This is number 11 spot with the double ones. We got Zuma.
Hey, let's go. The Italian Stallion, another New York Subliners player. This guy's an absolute beast. You talk about fast-paced gameplay. Zuma is at the top of the list there, but you better watch your 6. He's known for flanking. Look for him to come up behind enemy opponents and get those easy kills.
Yeah, just set him on his own. Let Zuma do Zuma things. All right, we're going into our top 10 picks here at the number 10 spot. Nufo.
Okay, so yeah, Nufo's been in the scene for a very long time. She's been attending pro Call of Duty events for like 8 years now, so she's very familiar with, you know, playing with pro players against pro players, and she's been entering all these tournaments for the last couple of years, so I expect her to be on her top gameplay.
Down to the single digits. I don't know if this is a good spot to be, honestly, at number 9, but let's see who it's gonna be. It's Tommy.
So Tommy is definitely, he just got picked up by the LA Thieves as far as their Warzone team, so that's pretty interesting, or as far as being a pro player for them. But one of the things that I like to see with Tommy is they do wagers all the time, and they continually just beat other teams. So this is kind of like what they're built for.
Tommy's been so hot throughout the fall after a slow start, it felt like, towards the end of summer. He's been on fire recently. There he is at number 9. The number 8 spot, though. It's a sniper. Pamaj is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, the second best sniper in all of Call of Duty, right behind Big Optic Hex. Pamaj is a beast. I mean, I see this guy playing all sorts of modes, and you know, you put him on a battle royale field, and he just picks his targets, lines them up, and mows them down. Look for this guy to do big things.
Number 2 behind Hex. Are you gonna take that, Pamaj? All right, let's go in here. This is our number 7 spot, and that's gonna be the man who just put up 60. Aiden is at number 7.
All right. I mean, Dr. Disrespect was calling Aiden the best, you know, controller player ever, which I think is a little bit of a stretch, but the fact that people can even say that is wild, right? Like, Aiden has been dominating Battle Royale for a couple years now, and in Warzone, he's arguably been the best player at times, and he continues to get top 3 in these tournaments, continues to win them. He's played with so many different teammates. Everybody has great things to say about him.
He put up 60 kills by himself playing against squads. The man's a monster. That was Aiden at number 7. Let's keep it rolling into our top 6 here. TP, we got the break time boys ready to party at number 6.
TP is actually an interesting choice. Like we're just talking about, he's a really good player. And I think one of the things that's underrated is, I mean, not necessarily underrated, he's a very smart player too. He knows how to choose his engagements the right way, position himself so he can clean up kills the easy way. So I think he can actually go really far in this tournament just because of how smart he is as a player.
All right, we're down to our top 5. Is this a good spot to be in, guys? Do you want a top 5 draft pick? Let's see here. Mutex is going to get the number 5 position.
All right, Mutex, this is an old school search and destroy player. He's been around the competitive scene. You know, he's done big things in the search scene, of course. Won a lot of tournaments there, but now in BR, I've seen this guy put up a lot of numbers. He's obviously a very talented player, and has the chance to go deep in this tournament.
All right, Mutex, the man can fly. If you haven't seen him, he's absolutely fast and furious. Here we go, top 4. This one belongs to one of my favorites, if not the best in the game, Huskers.
Oh, yeah. All right. So Huskers, obviously, a lot of people are going to put him at number 1 on their Warzone player list, right? I mean, he has the most earnings, consistently just goes off. I was just watching him a couple weeks ago in the BigStar tournament, and he dropped 41 kills in a duo kill race. There's 4 people on his team. He dropped 41 kills.
All right, 3 names left, gentlemen, with your top 3 pick at the 3rd spot. It's the former NYSL Attach.
I think Attach is a pretty solid player. I seen him compete a little bit more in the beginning of the year before the season really picked up and them getting into all the different CDL stuff going on. So it'll be interesting to see how he competes in this. Like I said, it's one of those things where pro players, they would totally shine in these, and it's great that they get the opportunity to do this in this kind of big tournament.
Top 2 spots with the number 2 pick in the WarzoneMania draft. I present to you Symphony.
I mean, this guy's resume really speaks for himself. If I could give you one word of advice, if you look in the kill feed and you see this guy's name there, you might as well just leave. You're not winning the game. You stand no chance. He's been pro in previous battle royales. This is another one of the top picks.
I love Symphony. He's always going for like the longest AR kill possible in any game ever. All right, let's go to your number 1 pick. Last but not least, in fact, the number 1 pick is probably the most impressive spot you could ever be in the WarzoneMania tournament. We've got Face Swag.
Swag, congratulations on the number 1 pick, man. He's going to be able to pick up one of his boys. And, you know, we all watch Swag when it's that late night vibe. He's always grinding through the night, playing tournaments as well. And he's been performing in those. We've seen him and Nick Merckx in the beginning of the game, that dynamic duo going to the finals and winning tournaments. And he's been consistent as well. So be on the lookout for Swag.
That's your final look at the draft order, guys. Remember, the draft is going down live. Tune in. It's going to be December 1st at 9 o'clock Eastern. You don't want to miss it.